Imagine a delivery that never touches a traffic light. It does not wait in a line of cars. It does not search for a parking space. Instead, it travels along an unseen highway in the sky, moving from rooftop to rooftop. This is not a single long journey. It is a chain of countless small flights. Such a system is not science fiction. The components exist today. Drones, batteries, robotic sorting systems. What matters is how we connect them into a quiet, resilient mesh above our heads, and the trade-offs that follow: safety, rules of the sky, power, cost, and who gets served first. A new layer of infrastructure, built not of asphalt or concrete, but of data and electricity. A package no longer belongs to one vehicle. It is relayed through a dynamic web that can reroute the moment a path is blocked. If this unseen highway makes sense so far, tap like, drop your question below, and subscribe to follow the next hop. Today, most deliveries follow a well-established pattern. Loaded at a central depot, it traces a long, winding path through city streets and suburbs. Each stop takes time: finding parking, walking to the door, waiting for an answer. The last mile is the costliest, least efficient link. It has scaled for a century, yet strains under on-demand expectations. Congestion is a primary bottleneck. An accident or closure halts a schedule. The system is brittle, reliant on open roads and a single driver amid urban chaos. It consumes space and emits where people live: streets, lots, and idling time that crowd out parks, housing, and safer sidewalks. Time-sensitive items, lab samples, or critical parts move in vehicles built for bulk, not speed or specificity. Speed, cost, space, flexibility. These constraints open the door to a different kind of delivery. Imagine stations positioned across rooftops, garages, and new builds. Small, specialized drones perform rapid flights exclusively between these stations. Each drone carries a standardized box on one leg of a longer journey. Break the trip into automated hops, and the network can reroute instantly when a path is blocked. One long flight demands a large, costly drone, a single point of failure. A shuttle mesh uses smaller, cheaper, more numerous aircraft. Batteries need only cover a short leg, blocks to a few miles. If a drone needs maintenance, another launches. If a station goes offline, the network reroutes. Arrive, open hatch, conveyor, and gripper swap cargo with minimal delay. A battery swap cuts turnaround from minutes to seconds. The package barely pauses before its next hop. First order effect. Time falls for the right goods, avoiding variable road delays, but speed isn't free. Stations, fleets, charging, and sophisticated software. Efficiency depends on station density and sorting speed. Too sparse, and the mesh slows. It's many pieces working in tight coordination. Ground schedules shatter on impact. Aerial hops tick like a metronome until another constraint bites. Charging throughput, robotic accuracy, conveyor capacity. The mesh is only as fast as its slowest station. A drone approaches a marked pad, communicating arrival to the station's control system. Landing is automated, guided by GPS and local beacons for pinpoint accuracy. A protective hatch shields the platform from wind and weather. The drone is locked. Choreography begins. Universal connection points let robots lock and move cargo quickly. A lift extracts the payload onto a short conveyor. Packages are scanned and diverted to their next departure point. Simultaneously, outbound packages headed in the drone's direction are loaded aboard. An automated mechanism removes the depleted battery and racks it for charge. A fresh pack snaps into place in seconds, far faster than charging on drone. Turnarounds can take under a minute. Swap speed drives drone utilization, which sets station throughput. Flight controller gets the next waypoint. Hatch opens, liftoff. Repeat this hundreds of times per station, and bottlenecks, charging, arm precision, sorter capacity, set hard limits on flow. A single station is just a node. Power emerges as many connect into a distributed mesh. Central mega warehouses matter less for speed as small. Local hubs emerge. Retailers and couriers pre-position high-demand items inside stations. Underused rooftops. Big box stores, offices, garages gain new value. Cities may adapt codes to enable rooftop logistics in new developments. Station operators, fleet maintenance, and network optimization software companies appear. Road vans drop. Low airspace fills. A new traffic to manage. Rules: vertical corridors, altitude layers, no-fly zones. Tight rules raise safety but cap capacity. Loose rules risk incidents and backlash. Scaling is delayed by permits, construction, and reliable grid connections. Fast charging dozens of packs can stress local transformers. Some hubs add on-site storage or generators, costly, but they shave peak demand. Real rollout speed is limited less by drones than by approvals, upgrades, and public acceptance. Thousands of drones over people shifts the system's center of gravity to safety. Safety and reliability become the non-negotiable constraints. The architecture is built assuming components will fail. Primary strategy: controlled flight corridors following rail, rivers, and highways. Digital fences prevent deviation. Critical failures default to landing inside corridors. Redundancy: multiple rotors, backup comms, independent navigation sensors. Some designs add a ballistic parachute that deploys in seconds. Stations hold backup power and contingency plans for sorting failures. If a robotic arm faults, dispatch stops sending drones there and reroutes packages. These layers add trade-offs. Parachutes reduce payload and range. Corridors lengthen routes, raise battery use, and add minutes. Noise controls may ban night flights, limiting operational hours. The final balance will be set by engineers, regulators, city planners, and the communities below the paths. Automation cuts driver costs. Electric flight lowers energy and maintenance. Upfront investment is heavy. Stations, robotics, charging, real estate, fleets. Viability hinges on volume. Hit break-even and unit costs drop below vans. Dense cities reach utilization fast. Rural areas face long hops and low volume. Result: a patchwork, thriving cores and industrial zones, while others retain vans, risking unequal access. Subsidies or service mandates can blunt the two-tier effect. If it stabilizes, cities host a quiet aerial mesh, fewer vans on curbs, rooftops as logistics real estate, and delivery time as a controllable variable, bounded by safety, power, and rules. The technology is here. The hardest problems are governance and values. Who decides where stations go? And which neighborhoods carry the corridors? How are the gains shared, broadly, or by a few? Left alone, the mesh follows profit. Guided, it can follow public good. The machines are almost ready. The open question is the system we build with them. That choice will shape the character of our cities for generations. Enjoyed this route? Like, comment, and subscribe to help this series reach the next station. What scenario should we explore next? Share your ideas below. You've been watching Ifverse, where imagination meets possibility. See you in our next reality.